Ladies and gentlemen, this week's episode 17 of the Circle Debate podcast. Once again, I'm your host, Devious One IBC, alongside with my brothers, the American hero of all heroes, Mike Lopez, the reputation killer of all killers, Bret Horton, and the Karen beater, the Steamboat cousin, the grandpa, I don't know, the Max Kellerman of Circle Debate, Mr. Matthew Steamboat. So in this week's episode, we go ahead and discuss, our thoughts about NXT TAKEOVER 30, our thoughts about what happened on Saturday, AEW's Dynamite. We'll go ahead and discuss what happened previous Monday Night Raw. We will also discuss about New Japan upcoming pay-per-view event, pro wrestling news, and NXT this past week, NXT Thursday night's AEW Dynamite, and discussing the match card for Payback coming up this Sunday. So stay tuned and watch episode number 17. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Circle Debate podcast, episode number 17. I'm your host, Devious One IBC, alongside with my brothers from another mothers, with the hero of all heroes. He's your hero. He's my hero with the 6-inch python, brother. What you gonna do when the great American hero Mike Lopez runs wild on you? How's it going?
That's right. I just checking to see if the camera is able to capture all 6 inches right here. So let's get the show started.
Hold on. I gotta do the orange casty thing.
Oh my goodness. And also we got the ReputationKilla of all killers. He will kill your reputation if you don't follow him on Twitter or Facebook.
That's right. Bud Light free this week.
This week, Bud Light free with Mr. Josh Ford, ladies and gentlemen. How are you, brother? All right, and also we got the beater of all beaters. He is the Steamboats of the cousins and the grandparents of the Cardonas. He's also the Steamboat with I don't know what's doing. The Max Kellerman of the Circle Debate, Mr. Matthew Steamboat.
What up?
Gentlemen, what a fun... Hey, that's right. What a fun weekend of pro wrestling, and a lot of shit has been happening.
Such good shit.
Well, good. And
some good, some not so good.
Not, yeah, there you go. So let me go ahead and ask your thoughts about TakeOver. Hey, TakeOver 30. So I would like to get your thoughts, Mr. Hero. What were your thoughts about the whole card of TakeOver 30?
I liked, first, right off the bat, I liked that Damian Priest was able to get the North American Championship. And more importantly, that is how you celebrate a championship victory.
Yes,
Hot
sir.
tub, all that, to the victor go the spoils.
Damn right.
So,
kind of like RVD style right there with that.
Yep.
Right, yeah. And he was able to get the picture with Triple H in the hot tub. So that's pretty cool, Also, definitely the main event with the outcome that I wanted happened, and which is not the end of the story because there's more news that came from that, but definitely a noteworthy TakeOver event for sure.
Definitely. Mr. Killer, your thoughts about TakeOver 30?
My thoughts, man. Pat McAfee, I went into it like this guy's a joke. Don't take him seriously. I've seen him on the commentary wearing his fucking high water shorts and being goofy. But this guy went out there and he fucking surprised the fuck out of me, man. He did a great fucking job, and he put on a good match with Adam Cole. I mean, I thought it was a pretty good fucking match, and I like that when somebody like a celebrity or somebody you think that's not going to do something good, they go out there and prove you wrong, and they do something good. Kind of like when Ronda Rousey had her first match at WrestleMania, and she proved us all wrong, like she was just born for it, And I think he's taking to it like a fish to water. So I think we'll see a lot of great things out of him in the future too. Definitely. And as far as definitely didn't hurt him losing. Definitely didn't hurt him losing because he looked good in the match. The other match, I got to go with got to go with Karrion Kross winning the title. Ever since I saw him in Impact, I wanted to see him in WWE. I wanted to see him win some titles. He won the NXT title. He won it. I'm getting choked up right here just thinking about it. He won it, and I'm glad he won it. And no matter what, his name's in the history books.
Yes.
His name's in the history books. And Keith Lee, he can move on to the next level now.
That's right. That's right. Mr. Steamboat, what are your thoughts about NXT TakeOver 30?
We get to see, you know, Io Shirai. She gets to shine again, work her stuff. You know, the Pat McAfee. Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Oh, wow. well, definitely, I did enjoy TakeOver 30. Yes, Pat McAfee. I mean, Adam Cole made him look great. And he did a phenomenal job, too. That moonsault over the top, I'm like, what the fuck was that? That was like, whoa.
He had to been practicing for a long, long time.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, you know, he was signed as a, you know, performance enhancement. He never performed. I mean, he probably did it on live, you know, events, but never on television. So, I mean, it's great to see, you know, Pat McAfee finally, you know, showing his in-ring skills ability, and now, you know, we might see the future of him. And in regards for Karrion Kross, oh, man, I think all of it, I was wrong. So I would admit that. I was wrong. But, you know, you were right, Mr. Hero. Yep. That's right. Karrion Kross took the belt. But we got bad news. But I'm afraid I have some bad news, which we'll go ahead and talk about that later. Now, Damian Priest, though, whoa, I was happy. I was so happy. I think we all got it right from last week's episode, which don't forget, check the archives and the YouTube channel. And also, we want to thank our previous, you know, guest, the Dirty Heels podcast, you know, Brother Bub, and also Kofi Weedston.
Yeah, shout out to the Dirty Heels.
That's right. I appreciate you
Big
guys for joining.
smoke.
That's right. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for joining.
Great show last week, too.
Yep, it was a great show. We had 2 special guests. But, you know, moving forward with that. Now, let's go ahead and move on with AEW Dynamite that day. So, we crowned a new TNT champion. Unexpected, the match itself. But looks like the spoiler that you gave last week, Mike, was incorrect. So, I'm going to ask you your thoughts of Brody Lee winning the TNT championship.
Slow clap. Yes, definitely. Oh, my goodness. It's what needed to happen. We need, like I was saying last week, we need, you know, the villains to show strength and power. You know, especially in the Dark Order, who they have over 10 people in there. How could they not be dominant in you know, it's in some level? I'm glad that he got the TNT championship and not the World Championship. It gives that TNT belt more prestige, I feel. You know, and yeah, I feel like the Dark Order is slowly becoming one of the better factions in wrestling today. And you know, it's just one of those things that it's good booking. I heard that Cody's taking some time off to recover or whatever it is that's going on, and it's good. And this is being recorded after Dynamite, and I like the follow-up this week on what happened. You know, it sets up more stuff, and the celebration that they had with the coffin and the, you know, all that good stuff. So, you know, thumbs up for me. The Dark Order is winning me over, and I look forward to seeing what happens next.
Oh, man. Mr. Killer, your thoughts about Brody Lee winning the title?
I love it. I love it, man. The guy, he needed something. He went over, he left WWE, went over to AEW, and he's proved that he can hang, and he proved that he was more than what Vince McMahon thought he was. He proved that he could be a bigger star. In that match he had with Moxley, I forgot what pay-per-view it was. Was it Double or Nothing again? I believe it was the last Double or Nothing, right?
Yeah.
Either way, yeah, that was the match he proved he could hang for me as a main eventer. And now with the TNT title, it's just only going to elevate him. This TNT title is going to be the stepping stone to the world title, much like WWE's Intercontinental title was before. It was a stepping stone as well. So, yeah, former member of the White family, and he is now on his own there in AEW, and he's the TNT champion.
Mm-hmm.
Who should challenge for the title next, though? I don't know. We're going to see Cody get a rematch?
Well, we will discuss about that later on in the show. So, Mr. Steamboat, your thoughts about Brody Lee winning the belt?
Gotta say, like you said, it does make the heels stronger. And one of the great things in the follow-up ceremony is that he's putting over like some of the other members of the faction. I like that he pointed out the attention to Anna Jay. That moment when Anna Jay was put in there to neutralize Brandy. I kind of wish like she went, instead of going for like the rear naked choke, she went for just like some solid right hands to like Brandy, and then maybe, you know, busted her open. Maybe, who knows? You know, she could have been even more vicious.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. It should have been more vicious and more like, oh fuck, beating the shit out of her. It would have made more sense. I agree with that 100%.
Some more chairs, maybe.
No, you know? I think it's fine how it was. For me, they didn't need a normal extra, you know, to add an extra to it. You know, it's fine how it was. The ending, how it looked, how they dominated the Nightmare Family. It looked fucking. That's good shit right there. That's good shit. That's good shit. And then, by the way, just to let you know what was Mike's spoiler. His spoiler was supposed to be that Eric Rowan was supposed to be helping him win the TNT champ. Nope.
What's he doing now?
Right now,
I just seen where he did a recent interview with that Chris Van Vliet guy, so I'm gonna have to check that out. And
definitely.
Probably he'll tell us what he's about to be up to in that interview. So definitely, I would recommend checking that out.
I'm kind of glad that I was wrong, because this gives the opportunity for Brody Lee to be his own leader. You know, he can't be. You know, there can't be two leaders, only one, and he's it.
I always saw them as equals when there was a team. Like,
oh yeah, definitely. I mean, well, Brody Lee. I mean, with Dark Order. Can't call him Dork anymore. Now they have a belt, so Dark Order, I guess you could say. But I mean, I can't wait to see what's more coming now with Dark Order.
I'm still confused though, man, about Colt Cabana. Is he in the fucking group, or what's going on with that?
You know what? I don't even know. You know, I agree.
I think it's kind of funny though, because even when it was like they were going for show respect to the Exalted One, and everybody was giving him high fives, and then when he called up Colt Cabana, Colt, why not? You too. I think that's like the oncoming.
I like it. I mean, but I like it though, because it gives the fans like us, you know, like, oh, is he or not? Like, I like it though, because this brings a lot of humor into it, you know, as well.
It's kind of like the Legion of Doom and our buddy Larry. I'm like, what? Hey, what's going on, guys?
They got those other guys that does the skits on being the elite. I can't remember their name. The two that sometimes they don't wear the mask, and sometimes
Silver
they do.
And the other.
Yeah,
Silver and
I love BT, man.
They come off looking like a joke though, like
baby back ribs.
It should be taken serious, you know.
It's funny though. You have to admit, it's funny how fucking Brody Lee. And you see how John Silver always smiles. Won't you smile, you motherfucker? He's always off on him. And he was trying to give him a hug. He hip tosses him instead. I'm like,
oh yeah.
I love BT, man. I can't get enough of it. Good job, by the way, Young Bucks. Good job.
Damn right.
Yep. So moving forward with that, let's go ahead and move on with SummerSlam. So now we finally get to see the anticipated match that I wanted to see was Dominic versus Seth Rollins. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you, Mr. Killer, go back to you. Your thoughts about SummerSlam, Dominic's performance, and, of course, the big dog returning to SummerSlam. What are your thoughts about that?
Man, another surprise performance, just like Pat McAfee and NXT at TakeOver. Dominic, I've been wanting to see him wrestle since we first saw him on WWE TV, since he was a little kid, and we want to see him grow up and do this. And then we saw him come back as an adult, and we've been waiting, and finally here it happened. First match at SummerSlam. It don't get no bigger than that. Mm-hmm. And I mean, unless he started at WrestleMania, but it's still pretty big right here. And I think he surprised me, man. He definitely surprised me. I think he surprised the world. He's gonna be able to hang. I love his fucking ring attire. His fucking ring attire is fucking awesome. The way they ended the match kept him looking strong. You know, Ray, wasn't he handcuffed to the rope there? couldn't stop him, and the referee with a 3 count. After Buddy Murphy tried to interfere. Either way, he still looks strong. So Dominic gets a 5-star from me. I'm sorry, Dave Meltzer, if you don't, but I do, man. 5 stars, man, for his first time. Hell yeah. And as far as Roman Reigns turning heel, I watched it, and then I cut it off for a minute. I didn't finish it, and then I was like, wait a minute, that just happened. I had to rewatch it again to realize that Roman Reigns turned heel. I didn't watch the part where he beat the hell out of Braun with the chair, and then Bray. So I'm like, wow, this is the way they done it. In a way, I feel like they should have maybe done it a different way for some reason. Like, I don't know how to describe it. You know, maybe just a different way. I don't know. Do you think it was good the way they done it?
It's questionable because he's pretty much coming to claim where he never lost that #1 contendership from WrestleMania. That's what it looks like to me, that he's coming back to claim something that he earned. And obviously, he never got it.
So he might not even be a heel.
No,
right?
No, he's not. Remember, I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a good guy. I'm the guy. You know, so it's like, thank you. Whoever wrote
maybe
that
they're
for
trying
him,
to make him like Stone Cold was, just come out and whoop everybody's ass and take what's his.
Whoever wrote that shit for him.
Because haven't Braun's been coming off as a heel lately, kind of too, and Bray's supposed to be kind of like a heel.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he just comes out there and beats the fuck out of them, and he's trying to come back and guess what's his. Yeah. So I have to see more out of him in this. If he comes out on SmackDown and he cuts a promo and it's a heel promo, we'll know it. But right now, I think we're not for sure. I'm not for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And what about the rest of the card? Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy the Randy Orton McIntyre? Anything else that you enjoyed off of the rest of the card?
I enjoyed the Sasha and Asuka match. It seems like Sasha is on a losing streak now, and this could be leading up to what I've been saying, her and Bayley breaking up. She lost the title. She lost again the next night. So, I mean, we're going to see what's going to happen with this. It's coming to a bullet point between those two. It's going to have to.
Yeah, and I'm with you on that 100%. Mr. Steamboat, what are your thoughts about SummerSlam?
I gotta say, you know, everybody's been waiting for Roman Reigns to do the heel thing, and then there's also like the tweener rogue option, you know, as well. So this should be quite enjoyable, you know, with the oncoming days. Asuka, you know, she comes out looking strong, you know. We have you know, Randy Orton, McIntyre, you know, I mean. Yeah, Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton, and they did their shit, you know. McIntyre with the Claymores exploding. I think the whole, I forgot what the story was with the Claymore. It was like a drop kick that they changed up just differently. Just looks more devastating. It's a fun finisher. So
yeah, it is. Mr. Hero, your thoughts about SummerSlam?
Okay, as soon as I saw the spear, I was like, no, God, no. I mean, it's nothing personal, Mr. Reigns. It's just, I don't want to see you on my TV. I'm sorry. I'll be honest, man. And, you know, it was fine. The match was good. The Fiend won. Hooray. We get to go home. But no, here comes Roman Reigns. I don't think he's a heel. I think they just want to give him an edge, so it can be cool to like him. I would like for him to be the leader of Retribution. He is behind everything. He is behind the ninjas too, and they kind of look similar there,
right?
You know, and he's the big dog controlling everything. I want him to be a heel. He can be the best monster heel ever. You know what I'm saying? He has the credentials behind him. He has the size. He has the look of a heel, I feel. But, you know, it would be interesting to see a face Fiend going up against a heel Roman Reigns. You know, I would think they could play with that a little bit. Let's see, rest of the card. Dominic, not a good performance, man. I can say that I enjoyed that match, and I see very bright things for his future as a WWE superstar. And I know that Ray signed that contract with these things in mind. I'm sure they've been getting him ready at home for years now, maybe, and you know, giving him a head start. And so, you know, and you could tell that he was ready. He was ready to go for this first match. And the question is now, does he go to NXT? Does he stay in the main roster? You know, I think that if he were to stay in the main roster, maybe people would be like, well, why does he get to skip NXT altogether? You know, like we're doing it just because he's the son of, you know, Mysterio.
He was there before NXT even started in a way. So, but I mean, yeah, we don't. You know, I'd like to see him win the tag team titles with his daddy.
That'd be cool. That would be great.
Yeah, and then maybe turn on him later, and then turn heel one day. Who knows?
Yeah, they could go so many different ways.
That's your new LWO right there.
Yes, there you go. Thank you. Somebody said it. Thank you. Thank you. Imagine him being the faction with Selena Vega, with Andrade, Angel Garza.
What about Escobar?
And Escobar, everybody, bro. All the Latin wrestlers, even with Lucha House Party, like, why not? That makes so much sense. I great minds think alike. Great
guys, shout out to the LWO baseline. Dun dun dun.
You heard it, Bruce? Voicemail. You heard it. Hire us. We could be the best writers for you in the world, fucker. Tell your Papa Vinny. You too, Vince, if you're watching this. You don't watch shit. You know what? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
No. Just the rest of the card. Let's see, Asuka and the match with Sasha Banks. That power bomb or that flip there that happened going outside of the ring. I went back and I saw it 3 different times because that seemed pretty pretty impactful. The Orton versus McIntyre match, the match itself was not something that it's not going to be one of those matches that I rewatch multiple times, but I did like that McIntyre went over. I think that, you know, I think they're trying to make him the next top babyface, and things like these will definitely help out. So
I'm with you on that 100%. I'm with you on that 100% with the McIntyre storyline. I like it. It was just your old school classic match. That's what it was. Just a back and forth, old school headlock, everything, all original classic match between them two. The finish, I did not expect it. I did not like the finish of it, but I get your point that they obviously didn't have to go move forward with that, and especially when we saw what happened on Raw, which we'll discuss right now shortly. And so I'm with you that 100%. Now, Dominic's performance, yes, I'll give you a round of applause. You did a great job. I see that your 3 years of training with Ray Phoenix and Pentagon Jr., Cero, Miedo, and training with your dad too. I like the fact that you're training with luchadors, and you're representing obviously your school, which I forgot the name of the rest of the school. But I'm happy, and yes, I'd rather have him to go to NXT. He needs to go to NXT. I don't give a damn if you're Rey Mysterio's fucking son. You're supposed to go to NXT to get your proper training with the mic skills. Your mic skills is going to be the issue. It's the fact that he looks like an innocent young boy, which he has that innocence of him, and look at his face. But I can tell if you just, bring that fire in him, he can be like aggressive on the mic, and I believe he could. He could be that person. And also, I would like to see him in NXT because he could probably do great matches, with that cruiserweight division. I think he could elevate the cruiserweight division, especially in NXT. And I'd rather see that, Why not? I'd rather see him going to NXT to do that. And I'm hoping he does, and I'm hoping they consider it. But if you're going to have him in the main roster, you're going to get buried. I'm sorry. You're going to get buried on Raw. You're going to get buried on SmackDown. it's better for you to start from the bottom, which I don't call NXT the bottom. NXT is their own brand. Start there. That's where you should be, first of all. And then whenever you're ready, then you can come up, to the main roster. And overall, Roman Reigns, I'm with you on that. Vince, I don't want him in my TV. I'm tired of him. Jesus.
Send him to NXT.
Yeah, send him to NXT, man. No, and you know what? Don't. Never mind. Don't. I'm not gonna watch NXT because he's gonna be the NXT champion. Screw that. No. Do not want that. But yeah, Roman Reigns coming back. I mean, yes, that's a great idea. Him being the leader for the Retribution, that will make him a good heel. That will be a better heat for him, And why the hell not? This is the right time to turn him heel because people already knows, and especially the fans, they know that's Vince's bitch. That's Vince's number one prime. That's just John Cena. But he's not John Cena. He ain't Stone Cold. He ain't The Rock. He ain't Triple H. No. I'm not disrespecting Roman like that. The guy is great on the mic. He's not even greater than Mike. He's okay. In-ring skills, all right. But you were already done after 2018? I think he was done after that. I think he should not be in the title picture. Get him out of the title picture. Make him go for the U.S. championship, make him more prestige or something, the mid-card title. No. Not the main championship, no. We're done with you. You're so old. You're old. You're already – I'm tired of his shit. I just can't – Well, we'll find out what's going to happen next, which we will tell later on in the show. So I want to go ahead and move forward with that. And but other than that, overall, the SummerSlam card was great. Sasha, good match. I wish Sasha would have won both belts, but obviously they have plans for Bayley and Sasha.
One thought though about Retribution, man. I don't know if I brought this up last week, but what if the leader was the Hacker? We haven't heard from him in a while, and maybe it's like he comes back. He's like, "You thought I was gone or whatever," and then he's the leader of all these Retribution factions.
Yeah, I mean, who's going to be the Hacker? That's the biggest question. Who will be the Hacker? Yeah, it can't be Mustafa Ali. That wouldn't make no more sense. It got to be somebody else. Who would it be? But I'd rather have Roman to be the one, Since the Shield broke up, this is your Shield now. Here you go. This is your Shield for Retribution. Why not? The hell with it. I'll go with that storyline.
It could be like, that's why I was sitting at home and I wasn't at WrestleMania. I was doing this.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I was
preparing all this.
Exactly. See, that's good shit. That's fucking good shit. Well, moving on with that, we'll move on with, with Raw. But we saw Keith Lee's debut. New theme song, new attire. The fans are not liking it. He did read a reply on social media, on Twitter, the fans' reactions. Hey, it's not up to me, guys, but we'll work it out later on. So there's already rumor in your windows that, once again, I don't. But it might change his theme song again, or they might bring it back. I'm not sure.
I can't stand when they do that, man. Just like when they fucked over Nakamura's theme song.
Oh, God, yeah. It's just the fact. The reason is because they're no longer with CFO. So their contract is already up. Yeah. So they have a new company. I forgot the name of the new one they have. But they're no longer with them. So
and ain't Jim Johnson he's with AEW now, isn't he?
He's doing work for AEW and Impact. He's doing work for them.
Hell yeah.
He's doing work for them.
WWE fucked up when they let him go.
Oh, definitely.
They could hire us, me and Matt,
Yeah, you and Matt. There you go. There you go. There you go. So, Mr. Killer, your thoughts of, Keith Lee's debut at Raw. What do you see the future for him now that he's in the main roster? Or should he gone to the main roster?
It was unexpected. It was unexpected. I wasn't expecting to see him there. Like, I wasn't expecting to see him on Raw, and then he comes out, and what's he do? What every NXT star that's going to be a big star usually does. He steps to the biggest dog in the yard, which is a Viper. In this case right here, he steps to Randy Orton. So I'm going to love to see where this feud goes between Keith Lee and Randy Orton. And hopefully Keith Lee gets the victory and we see him get pushed to the moon. after this feud.
But
I
do you
don't
like
know what that will do to Randy Orton, though.
That's true. You're right about that. That is very true. But what do you think about his new attire and his theme song, though?
I don't like the new theme song. I think we need the old one back. The new ring attire, I'm going to be honest with you, I really didn't pay much attention to the new ring attire, so no thoughts on that right now.
All right.
I was just like shocked that Keith Lee was on Raw and face to face with Randy Orton, and I had a premonition of the future, you know, kind of like remembered a flashback too of him and Brock Lesnar face to face, and I'm waiting for that to happen again right there because I know Brock was impressed with his size, so I'm ready. I want to see that again.
Definitely, I would like to see that. And you did a Matt Hardy. I got a premonition. That's what you did.
Damn right.
Damn right.
And as far as that new theme song goes for Keith Lee, delete.
Oh man, Mr. Hero, your thoughts?
Sorry guys, the old theme is obsolete. It's because I kind of like the new one. You know, different tastes and all that. That's not to say that I did not like the old one. To me, it's like, you know, they both work. Ring attire, as long as he puts on a good match, right? That's all that really matters.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, these are secondary things, I feel. You know, he's still a solid wrestler, and I'm not sure. I haven't confirmed, or it is kind of like the rumbling that Keith Lee is going against Randy Orton at Payback. Is that confirmed yet? Or?
It is confirmed.
It is confirmed. Okay.
It is confirmed.
And so yeah, I mean, like, you know, like Josh said, you know, we don't know what it would do to Randy Orton to lose, not just to Drew McIntyre, but to Keith Lee also. So, you know, you had pretty much all this momentum for him going into SummerSlam, and then poof, in a matter of a week, you know, gone, right? So, you know, they should be very careful. And also with Keith Lee debuting on the main roster, you know, you don't want to make him lose too bad, because that ruins his momentum too. He kind of, he showed up out of nowhere in the main roster, but honestly, I don't know if I ever said it on Circle Debate, but I actually kind of did see this coming, that if he lost the NXT title, he would show up on either Raw or SmackDown.
You did say that in the archives.
In the archives. So yeah, you know, I think it's a very interesting situation.
Now, how long was his title reign? A decent little
short,
title reign, but
short.
Was it really long? Was it?
Was it even not even a month, right? Or like
probably a little bit under it. Yeah, I think so.
Now
we've had two short NXT title reigns in a row.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. What the? Damn, you're right, huh? Wait, who was the first one? I forgot. Who was the one that was the shortest NXT title reign?
Well, now it's Karrion Kross.
Damn.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. We'll get into that shortly. We'll get into that. But you know, so you like the song? Okay. What about you, Mr. Steamboat? What were your thoughts about Keith Lee debuting on Raw?
I gotta say, I really hope he's used correctly, especially to all his strengths. You know, but you know, hoping and reality are always two different things with WWE. So,
indeed,
I agree. You heard that? You heard it? So, son of a do not kill Keith Lee. But I have a feeling they are. But Vince's high praise on him. You know how Vince likes Papa Vinny likes big guys. He loves them. Oh my God, he's big.
And then, like 6 months later, they give him a Cat in the Hat gimmick, like they were giving to FDR.
Oh my God, they better.
FDR Cat in the Hat.
You'll speak it into existence, man. You can't do that.
Yeah, I can't jinx it. I'm sorry,
man. But I'm very fearful that they're gonna limit him on his abilities in the ring. They're gonna have him more in the mic skills, and they gotta make a joke out of this guy, man. If they do,
this is a little bit off.
It goes go back to NXT, man. I feel
I
like
don't know, man.
he
I
should
feel
have.
like they're doing the same thing they did with Kevin Owens when he came out, tucked John Cena out, and stepped on the U.S. title, held up the NXT title.
Yeah.
This is him coming out and with the most dangerous man on the roster right now on Raw, Randy Orton, face to face with him, calling him out for a match.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think we have to judge and see what happens after they have a match. You know,
I agree.
whether he's going to be buried or not.
Guys, what do you guys? I haven't kept up with certain things. So, what's the status of Walter? What's going on with him?
Well, we'll get into that in a little bit on the
Okay.
pro wrestling news. So, moving on with Keith Lee. So, we saw the father and son tag team match that they faced on against Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. Once again, I'll go ahead and start this off first. Great performance from both of them. I like the father and son tag team. I enjoy it. Like how Mr. ReputationKilla said it, I would not mind to see them being a father and son tag team champions. That would be so fucking great.
Has that ever happened before?
I
can't remember.
Not in
off the top of my head.
WWE. Not in WWE. I know in AWA. Maybe if I remember when it was Gagne, Vern, and his son Greg, when I think they were tag champs before back in the 70s, back in the AWA.
Didn't Chavo Guerrero and his dad?
happen.
No,
Chavo Classic won the cruiserweight title.
Okay, yeah, I remember seeing a title on him. I just wasn't sure if there was like tag team gold there.
Yeah,
but
yeah, definitely. So let me ask you, Mr. Hero, what are your thoughts of the father and son tag match? Do you see them like how Josh said, them being a future tag team champions? What were your thoughts?
Let me just get my psychic powers here and say yes, it will happen.
But usually,
in the future.
though, if it's a good idea, WWE fuck it up and won't do it.
I mean, you never know. I feel like with them re-signing and having the numerous years in contract with them, I wouldn't doubt it, to be honest. But the real story here is the ending there. I don't know if I'm skipping ahead, but
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, the attack by Retribution on them, and it's I don't know. I don't know what to make about this group now, and they keep growing every week. It's like they're taking something, and it's like they're Bane, and they're just growing up. But I think that if you're gonna have this group attack people randomly, eventually it's going to have to be explained. It cannot be the Raw general manager again, where it's just all random and in the end it's some disappointment. It cannot disappoint. But the unfortunate part is that with WWE, it might end up, there is a good chance that it might be disappointing down the line, the end game of this storyline. But we'll see what happens. We're along for the ride, and as far as the tag team titles and Ray and Dominic, I mean, I don't think that they're going to be dedicated to the tag team division yet or now, especially if Dominic goes off to NXT, which I think he should. So, he's going to go on, do his own thing, and then make his own tag team partners and storylines on his own, He let Ray finish. Ray is by no means finished, So he still has stories to tell. Separately or together, the sky's the limit for both of them.
That's right.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right. I love it, Mr. Steamboat. Your thoughts?
I gotta say, it's like I think when I think of like father-son tag teams and like family dynasties, I get reminded of stuff like Von Erichs or even like stuff that's like presidential. So it's great. I'd like to see some more like family stuff if we can, because not too much of a side story, but I met Randy Orton's aunt in Vegas, and she told me, like, I didn't even know that the whole Randy Orton and his dad match happened. It was Cowboy Bob and Randy. I think so. And she says, like, oh yeah, it was such a cute match. She told me. I'm like, I didn't even know that happened. So
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, more of that, please.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you like the father and son tag match? All right. Perfect. Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see what happens. And yes, I'm with you, Mike. The damn break. I got a feeling, and I'm going to say here first, this is going to end at Survivor Series when the roster challenges Retribution to a match, and then we'll have to reveal themselves, and then there's going to be obviously all the NXT upcoming call-ups, And then what about Roman was the one that leads them? How you said earlier, why not? That will be good shit right there. See, book it. That's how I will book it.
Retribution has to win that.
Or
else we'll have a Nexus. We'll have a Nexus situation again.
Oh, right. You're right. I mean, yeah. But I mean, why not? Survivor Series, that's what should be the reveal of who they are. And there's going to be, obviously, the upcoming, call-ups, Dijakovic, Chelsea, everybody else was in that shit. Mia Yim, maybe. I don't know why. But...
And CM Punk.
Oh, that's right. Could be CM Punk. Imagine it was CM Punk leading this fucking faction. Oh, my God. That would be something else. I'll be shocked.
Right, Josh?
I hope not. I don't see it. I don't see it.
He don't like CM Punk. He don't like CM Punk. All righty. So let's go ahead and actually take a quick break. We'll be right back. When we come back, we'll go ahead and discuss about New Japan upcoming struggle, and then we'll go ahead with pro wrestling news, and then we'll discuss the remaining of what happened on NXT, and also with Dynamite, and also discussing about Payback. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for the message from the captain. We'll be back. Hold on, give me a minute.
Oh shit! The fuck is hot as hell. How the fuck I end up here? Man, should have really been listening to Circle of Debate. How the fuck am I wearing this mask?
A heat wave can kill you. Circle of Debate.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Circle of Debate podcast. Thank you very much. The captain of all captains. Salute you, sir, wherever you are. I don't know where you are. You're always lost somewhere in the world, man.
He's somewhere.
Somewhere around until hopefully one day he makes it to the show. But we'll find out. Never say never. You heard it here first. So go ahead and moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and move on New Japan, since we didn't have an opportunity to go ahead and discuss it last week because we had two special guests. So I want to go ahead and actually discuss it now, even though we do apologize that we're doing it late. But I wanted to go ahead and actually – I'm excited that we, obviously we found out the winner of the New Japan Cup USA. Kenta took it all the way, defeating, obviously, David Finlay, and won the opportunity to go ahead and face Jon Moxley for the IWGP US Championship belt. And obviously, he's not the only one that wants it. Jeff Cobb as well. Jeff Cobb obviously interfering at, the aftermath when the celebration of Kenta telling Jon Moxley, you're next. I'm coming for you. Whatever the fuck he told him. I'm like, what do you say? What do you say, Hideo Itami? Kenta. But, I'm going to go ahead and, discuss it with you, Matt. Mr. Steamboat, are you happy that the outcome, Kenta going all the way against Jon Moxley, and do you see Kenta taking the belt from Jon Moxley?
You have to look in the archives of because for some of us who haven't really followed Kenta before WWE and before New Japan, checking out his work in Pro Wrestling Noah and just seeing all the amazing matches he's had with Marufuji and Misawa. Back in the day, we might get to see a little bit of that Kenta, bringing out like Moxley can bring out the best in some people. So I'm hoping I'm getting to see more of that, that cool martial arts side of Kenta versus Moxley, because I've recently, gone back. I've been on a Noah binge, if you guys haven't noticed. So been watching he's done maybe 5 or 6 matches with Marufuji, throughout his life. So watch those and just see Kenta's beautiful arsenal of moves, and then interpromotional matches aren't completely odd. I know I'm gonna kind of skip ahead, or I don't know if we covered this because there's Hikaru Shida and her name escapes me.
The NWA Women's Champion.
The NWA Women's Champion, yes.
Thunder Rosa, and interpromotional matches could definitely happen. So it's not completely out the window yet. Right.
We could still see Jeff Cobb, Kenta, Moxley. We could see feuds spill into the other promotions,
Right.
you know, and that'd be cool to see. So.
But, you know, remind you, Jeff Cobb is a free agent. He's freelancing. He's not signed with New Japan or with AEW or anybody. He's
I thought he
freelancing.
was going to end up in AEW there for a minute.
Nah, he'd rather be a freelancer because.
But I'm
it gives
ready.
him-
Did have that match.
I'm ready to see Kenta and Moxley for sure. For
Who
sure.
would- all right, me too. I'm looking forward to that. To see Kenta and Moxley. I cannot
It'd be
wait.
cool.
Hell yeah. And then, I mean, not only that, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget Summer Struggle, Saturday, August 29th. Obviously, it'll be around our time, 2:30 in the morning, I believe so.
Outdoor event.
And tell them where's the venue at. Tell them where the venue at. Tell them where it is.
It is this field. It was a famous baseball field that New Japan had a lot of events. The name escapes me. I'm looking it up right now. Jingu. It's Jingu Stadium. Hold on, let me look at that.
But yeah, well, while he's looking, ladies and gentlemen, but just make sure you tune in to New Japan Saturday, August 29th. It's going to be a great card. Obviously, we're going to see Naito, getting his rematch against Evil for the IWGP heavyweight and the Intercontinental, and also we
I was right.
Co-main
Jingu
event.
Stadium.
There you go.
Are they going to let fans in?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. They already had their fans already coming in, so they're going to have fans there as well. And also, we're going to have the co-main event, Hiromu Takahashi defending his IWGP Junior Weight Heavyweight Championship versus Tashi Ishimori. Then we also going to see the IWGP Tag Team titles on the line, the rematch. Obviously, Taichi and Zack Sabre Jr. defending the belts against the Golden Aces versus, obviously, Tanahashi and Kota Ibushi. And also, we're going to see the never open weight championship defended, which we'll see, obviously, Shingo Takagi versus Minoru Suzuki, which I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a brawl for all match. So, I love Suzuki. I love his style. So, Shingo, good luck. Hopefully, you retain it, but I have a feeling that Minoru might take it. And also, we do have other matches as well. We do have Master Bottle versus, obviously, Mr. Yoshinobu Kanemura. And also we have basically that fatal four-way of the KOPW matches, which is still determined. Obviously, I think this was determined tonight. I don't know who's involved in that one yet, but we'll, just watch New Japan World, ladies and gentlemen, and stay tuned. And I'm going to be staying tuned as well. We'll give you the results next week and our thoughts about New Japan's Summer Struggle.
Outdoor matches are so cool.
Yes, I'm with you 100%. Like how Mike was saying in an archives, Royal Rumble should be in the baseball stadium. Just like how it was this year. I'm with you 100%.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
They always look better with the entrances at the damn baseball stadiums, too, when they come out.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm with you 100%. I definitely agree. So, moving on with that, ladies and gentlemen, is one with pro wrestling news. So, obviously, we found out why the hair versus hair match never happened between Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, because obviously, if you guys already heard about what happened, had a stalker, was about to kidnap her and Mandy. That happened, last week. And obviously, her attorney advised her not to cut the hair because obviously, with the whole situation that's going on, pressing charges, and so he pretty much told her don't do it. And obviously, she lost the match. Like, loser leaves WWE. She's taking time off because of the situation. It's scary as hell. And also the guy who was trying to, kidnap her, he was like, I was just trying to save her life because I don't want her hair to be cut off. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, no.
That was his excuse?
That was one of his excuses that he said.
Oh my goodness!
But I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
All the women he could have stalked. Sonya, I mean, she's not ugly, but
no.
really,
I mean,
like
that's
not a
his
bigger
taste.
star.
But
Yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, I saw the video, the surveillance. Like, fuck.
There's a video.
Yeah, there's a video for it, and she
That's
confronted
crazy
him.
People,
confronted
man.
him.
Crazy people.
She ran quick because she went to her garage, and she's like, "Who the fuck are you?" And then boom, you can see her bone out. Like, leave quick, and then he's coming out of the garage, going inside the house. I'm like, oh shit, he was really ready to kidnap her. So I mean, good things with her security system, everything. Also your thought. I'll ask you, Mr. Hero, your thoughts of her leaving, and now we're hearing rumor in your window. We don't know. We're just speculating, but we're giving our opinions. Okay, she's gonna drop the name Sonya Deville and rebrand herself. You think that's a good move, bad move? What are your thoughts about this situation with her?
There's a lot of going on here. About the name change, I think it's good. I feel that it would be a new start for her. I did feel that in storyline with Mandy Rose, I feel that the story was kind of being dragged out a little bit. Sonya already had beaten Mandy one-on-one, so I felt like it was kind of being dragged on a little bit much. But man, it's crazy, you know. As a public figure, as a famous person, you want to be able to connect with your fans without any worry of, oh, you know, this might happen or that might happen. You know, this guy, because this situation, I'm sure all the other WWE and even any other wrestling promotion superstars are seeing this and are going to raise up, you know, their guard on all fans, really, because, you know, you never know how other people see you, and, you know, all different situations that could happen. They could find out where your home is, show up unannounced, and, you know, it's a scary thing, you know.
It is.
It's like that rapper, what's his name, Pop Smoke, posted a photo on Instagram with a bunch of money, and his address was in the background. Like, then he got killed the next day.
Oh,
really?
That's how easy it could have. Yeah, he got killed the next day. It happened that easy.
It especially in today's technological, you know, world. You gotta be careful, and I feel all the superstars are going to be extra careful with whatever information is available and stuff. It sucks that she had to go. I feel like the Mandy storyline was about to end, and I see big things for her in the future, and I actually was looking forward to seeing what she you know went on to next.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I think the name change will bring momentum back to her, and it will let her kind of change things up a bit, you know.
That also depends on what kind of name she's gonna get changed to. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
I know Shorty G type of shit. I hope.
I gotta say, it's starting to reach, you know, with what you guys talked about with the stalker. Like, you talked about that rapper in K-pop, they have these things called saseng fans, and basically they sneak into the dorm rooms or the apartments and kiss them while they're asleep.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's like, and these are human people. It's like
How
Boogeyman.
often does that happen?
Right.
Oh my god! I hope not often at all. I hope never. That's why. There you go.
I mean, oh my wow, man! I'm with you 100%. I'm hoping, you know, I hope, you know, she gets over it. I know it's in her mind, and it sucks because it's like she's even gotten threat calls, you know, like, I'm gonna finish the job when he didn't finish, all this crap. Like, it's horrible, dude. Like, what's wrong with these fucking marks? Like, what the fuck? You know, it's sports entertainment, you know, but still, like, leave them alone, man. Leave them the fuck alone. Like, they don't like you. I don't know, man. It's just, I feel really bad for her, and I'm hoping that, you know, like, I was expecting her to push, you know, to get her push to go in the title picture, you know, and she'll be the first, you know, LGP, you know, whatever. Well, due respect to everybody, thank you for the community. She'll be the first champion. Why not? That would be great.
Yeah,
I would have loved it. I would have supported that 100%, because you know what, the community needs a champion like that, you know, and I wouldn't mind it at all. I wouldn't have. But, you know, moving on with that, you know, now there's another one, which it was a tease, because obviously Time Warner, since, you know, they're running with the NBA playoffs, and obviously Mr. Shaquille O'Neal, you know, signed an extension. There's a little bit tease of his name drop bombing to AEW. I'm like,
oh yeah,
whoa, Shaq to AEW, challenging
but
Cody.
Who would he face?
Challenging Cody.
Cody.
Yeah.
So I'll ask you, Mr. Killer, is that a good move, Shaq to AEW, or what are your thoughts about that?
No, we could always use some big name celebrities in AEW. It's a young company. You know what I mean? WWE's archives. I mean, you got Ray Charles, you got Aretha Franklin, you got so many celebrities there.
Burt
And I want to see
Reynolds.
more. Yeah, you got them all. I want to see
Kevin
some celebrities
Federline.
show up in AEW. Yeah. He actually beat John Cena, didn't he?
Yes,
Or
he
did
I
did.
think so. Yes.
Oh,
He
my
did beat
God.
John Cena.
Drew Carey.
Yeah, but the whole ship is with the Big Show versus Shaq. So I don't know. I guess I could see Shaq versus Cody. Cody could probably make the match look good.
Yeah.
But it's like somebody would have to be a heel in that situation, and it can't be Cody. I don't think, would it?
I think it would be Cody.
It'd have to be Cody. It'd have to be Cody, actually, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would
Yeah.
be Cody the heel.
Everybody
Yes.
loves Shaq.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Shakaroni pizza.
And Papa John's.
I see
And
hot
Carnival.
packs.
And the General.
Oh yeah, that's right. Set up with the general, man. Set up with the general.
Hey, Shaq could be like a tribute to Kobe, you know?
Oh, that too.
Do
You know
some
what?
kind of-
That'd be cool. That'd be
That'll
cool.
be awesome. That'll
Yeah.
be awesome, man. I mean-
Ivan, could I
Yeah.
let them know about this real quickly?
Mm-hmm.
About so there's an event in Japan called Assemble Women's Pro Wrestling, and because of like the low attendance due to coronavirus, these 6 different Japanese Joshi promotions are coming together to make this one big event. So the promotions are Sendai Girls Pro Wrestling, Marvelous Wrestling, Oz Academy Women's Wrestling, Pure J Women's Professional Wrestling, Seed Lining, T-Hearts, and then there's also, of course, Stardom, the one of the most well-known ones. We're seeing all the talent from, I think one of the only ones we're not seeing is Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. And this event is going to be, Japan's going all out with these outdoor events like we heard with Jingu Stadium. So this one's going to be in Ueno Park in Tokyo, and Ueno Park is famous for having cherry blossom. This is where the Cherry Blossom Festival happens during the springtime. So everybody rolls out their carpets, and there's no open container law in Japan, so everybody's got their sake ready to go, picnic ready to go, and the cherry blossom trees falling. I don't know if they're in blossom right now during the summertime, but that would be a cool thing to see, the cherry blossoms falling while you have this big wrestling event happening in the middle of the park. So
I mean, there you go. And what is the date? Do you have the date for that?
let's see. And this is going to be this month. Should be this month. It is October 1st, according to that.
There
So
you
we
go.
still got a ways way to go.
Yes, that's right. But hey,
And it
stay
was
tuned,
just
ladies and gentlemen.
announced.
Just
You heard
announced
it here.
Stay tuned.
First.
That's right. You heard it from the American Hero. Well, go ahead, Mr. Hero.
Yeah. No. Back to the Shaq thing. Because I grew up watching Shaq and Kobe, and when he was in the Lakers, then Miami, and all that good stuff. So a star of that caliber going to AEW, it means nothing but good things for the company. However, I still remember Mike Tyson popping up and
I was about to say that.
going
What
face
happened
to
with
face
that?
with Chris Jericho,
What
and it
happened
went
with that?
nowhere. You got me all excited and nothing. So hopefully it's not that kind of a case where it's just like a one night and I can't wait to see what happens next.
Still,
Mike
though,
Tyson may be charged per
They
day.
got that footage of Tyson showing up there,
Well, I mean, with Tyson, though, they're still in the works with him. They're talking him back. It's just, with the whole his comeback fight. So he's more focused on that right now.
When is
And
his
then-
comeback fight? Do y'all remember?
September 12th.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yep. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing that. He's fighting with Roy Jones Jr., right? He's fighting him, right? So I'm looking forward to see that fight. I can't wait for his comeback fight. That'll be great. So I think he's more focused on that right now first. I think after the fight, I think then he'll come back and finish what he started with Jericho, and I would like to see that. Shaq as
Same.
well. Yeah, Shaq. I mean, this is going to be a one-night thing.
Tag team.
Well, yeah, but
I swear to God, I was just
This
thinking
is-
the same thing.
this is what pissed me off. They never gave us a Big Show Shaq match one-on-one. Never. They never gave it to us. They
It's probably a
only.
good thing, though.
No,
I mean,
I wanted to see it.
yeah.
I did too, but it had to be in a short match, man, because it'd have been like
Yeah.
Khali and Big Show.
Yep. Oh my God.
We got them in the same ring, and me personally, I'm perfectly fine with that because I don't think Shaq versus Big Show would have been a technical
Shaq was a
matchup.
big son of a bitch too. He's bigger than the Big Show.
Yeah, he's taller than the
Damn.
Big Show. Oh yeah. But moving on with that. So obviously this caught my attention, and I wanted to read this quote from Triple H. This was a post-media conference call, which is basically, congratulate him for the, TakeOver 30 and asking him, questions in regards for the NXT roster. One of the questions to ask him was like, with the upcoming draft coming up with WWE, and obviously NXT, some kind of involvement in there, I believe it is. So they asked him, will you continue this, with this draft and bringing people down to the NXT roster? And what this will be, is this a good move or a bad move, they're asking. And, his answer was like, he's like, continuing mixing up the rosters, I think anybody's career is going to have its ups and downs. I think there is going to be moments in time when you're on top, when you're in the middle, when you're not. And when you're used a lot, when you're not used quite as much. And that is the long-term position that we're in. And I think you see that across the board. But whatever talent can have that ability to add, most value, I think they should be. So to me, that's exciting. Think of, that's an exciting thing about having this, having that, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, having all of that programming, even then some. When you talk about the UK and then everything else that we are, doing now, what we've been doing and then, what we're going to be doing in the near future, you just got to create opportunities. There is one place, and there's always one place. It's not for everyone. So, and having, and that's anything what it wants to be. You have the opportunity to go to a new territory. So, to me, it's written the same, but it's the same company, and you're rebooting yourself. So, do you agree about him saying that with the upcoming drafts? Basically, he's basically stating that you're pretty much rebooting yourself, and you're pretty much putting value to yourself wherever you land to. And if this, like, he put an example of like Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews he was shitty on SmackDown, went to Raw, and rebranded himself, and he rebooted himself, and now he's the United States champion.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Do you agree about his comments about that, about mixing NXT with that draft? So I'll ask you, Mr. Killer, do you agree with him about this, adding NXT into that draft?
Yeah, I believe they absolutely should be added into that draft. And when you mix it up and you see the talent go to other places, it's like seeing them debut in a new company or promotion, like even though it's under the same umbrella, and it revitalizes them is what it does.
Right.
Whoever it is, like if they're doing shitty on one brand, they go to the next one, they can start fresh and start being built up. Just like people that's been doing shitty in other company, like Luke Harper was in WWE. Now look at him over there.
Yeah.
You switch into a different show, and you could be used better. So, yeah, I believe it'll work. I agree with the comments 100%.
Okay. Mr. Hero, your thoughts?
Well, this is something that WWE has been doing, like, the draft. It's been going on for almost 20 years now, since 2002. So it's nothing new that we see somebody reinvent themselves somewhere else. Yeah, I think, or what I gathered the most from this quote and this report is that he's going to include NXT in the draft, that maybe people from the main roster will be drafted to NXT.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, we've seen NXT superstars drafted to the main roster, right? So, now this kind of opens the door to it going the other way around, and maybe not being seen as a demotion, maybe seeing as you're going to a new territory, right?
Exactly.
And in that also, not just NXT USA, but NXT UK or whatever other incarnations they're going to be. So, they're bringing up the name of NXT up as and it is already a third brand. So why it's kind of like why wouldn't a superstar would want to go to NXT, like a Finn Balor or
Right.
Stuff like that. So I feel like that's what's
Do
going on
y'all
here.
see them moving Balor back to the main roster?
I hope so.
I hope so too, and I think he belong. I think he should feud with AJ and SmackDown.
Unless he's going to be the one win the gold.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. We'll talk about that shortly. Mr. Steamboat, your thoughts about those comments? Do you agree with him? Do you agree everything what Mr. Hero and Mr. Killer just stated? Do you agree about that?
It's a great opportunity to always be reborn and be repackaged. It's kind of like a comfort. Like if I was a wrestler, I'm like, oh, that's so comforting. I got the chance to start over again, or keep reinventing myself. I get to be Jericho or Madonna. There you go. So.
All right, yeah, definitely. So I mean, speaking of NXT, and I'm actually I do agree with Triple H what he's stating, and I like that. I like that NXT is now involved in that. And you're right, this should not be a demotion. It's a new territory that obviously give an opportunity, And I'll give you another example that I'm going to talk about right now. They're the new NXT Tag Team Champions, Breezango. That's right. They beat Imperium at NXT, and look at them. They didn't consider this a demotion. And now they're being more used, and they're bringing that tag team division up, little by little. And now they finally captured the NXT Tag Team Champions. Congratulations to Fandango and Tyler Breeze. I'm a big fan of
I didn't think it was going to happen.
I didn't expect it. You never saw it coming.
Never saw it coming, no.
I didn't see it coming. So congratulations to them. So, your thoughts that they're NXT championships? This is an example of what Triple H is talking about. So, correct or not, right?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It's to the point of Triple H, it's not a demotion. You get to be a champion in NXT, and that means something. It's not just, it's not devalued, You could be proud of saying, hey, I'm NXT Tag Team Champion or World Champion or whatever. So, I'm happy for Breezango. I know that their main roster call-up might not have gone the way they expected, but this is definitely something that is worth to be in.
Yeah. Mr. Killer, your thoughts about them winning the tag belts?
I gotta say, man, from the start when they started on the USA Network, I haven't saw them as a third brand. Now I do. Like I see them as a part of their main roster now. I feel like their main roster now. By the way, they've been doing a great fucking job. And Breezango being tag team champions, I think that they should have been SmackDown tag team champions while they was killing it with the Fashion Police segment, the Fashion Files or some shit.
Oh my God.
They deserved the tag titles then.
Yep.
Yeah, they deserved it then, and the fact they got it now, they deserved it. I think Triple H looks at these two guys like, hey, these two guys has been killing it. And they should have held the tag team titles to SmackDown back then when the Fashion Files was going on. And they've been putting in work, and they haven't gave up.
Yeah, because they were getting
after injury, they come back.
Yeah, because they were getting hyped. The fans were like giving them hope at SmackDown when they were at SmackDown. Like they were. I'm like, hell yeah, they're gonna beat. Who were defeating the Usos, right? They were defeating with the Usos, I believe.
Yeah,
and they could have won those tag team belts. That would have been great to see that. But
they were over as fuck too.
Yeah, it's just that Papa Vinio, like always, doesn't really, I don't like it. No.
So this is their first set of tag team titles they've won together, isn't it?
Yes, it is the first set of tag team champions.
See there, they should have won them. They should have won the SmackDown tag team titles when they was doing that. But yeah, well deserved. I'm glad they won the tag team titles. Cannot believe Imperium lost them. But I mean, the situation with Walter, where's the leader of Imperium and the other guy? There was 4 of them, right?
Yeah.
So where's the other guy? I guess they can't come over here yet. They're still stuck.
They're still stuck in the UK. Which they're going to bring back NXT UK, I believe, next month. I believe they're going to bring it back.
Now Pete Dunne, he's still stuck too, ain't he?
Yes, he's in UK as well.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're not gonna see him in the regular NXT, been only in the UK. So moving on with that, I just want to go ahead and move on with this right quick. Obviously, we did mention about Karrion Kross winning the championship, and obviously he opened the show dropping a belt due to the separated shoulder. We don't know how serious it is. He hasn't got his MRI results. Everybody's assuming it could be worse, like how Finn Balor had it when he had to drop the belt at SummerSlam, day after SummerSlam. And it's a curse, unfortunately, and best wishes for, Mr. Karrion Kross to get, speedy recovery and get that belt back, because I believe
he'll be back.
He'll be back to get it. I like the message that
To be back.
They just give you the chill message on how he is. The guy is fucking great in the mic, man. I'm just gonna say that right now.
He said, my obstacles better have God with them because they're gonna need it, or some shit like that.
Yep.
Like, in war, there's casualties. There's casualties in war.
And I love it.
He said, I'll be back.
Oh man, I love it. So I mean, your thoughts, Mr. Steamboat, Karrion Kross dropping it, and I'll mention right now the next upcoming. But your thoughts about Karrion Kross, unfortunately getting injured and dropping the belt.
I need to watch that on repeat just for inspiration, because I kind of like that. My obstacles better have God with them. Like, ooh, that's I gotta listen to that when I wake up in the morning or something like that.
Yeah.
TikTok. Mr. Hero, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, this guy has star written all over him, in my opinion. What a way to hand over the title, There's, we had like Batista give it back in a certain way, but he was just different. It was, I look forward to seeing him back already, Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate that the SummerSlam curse got him. I'm dubbing it the SummerSlam curse because,
it is.
Geez Louise, it's just a series of unfortunate events,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm sure he'll be back. He's going to get that title back and be on his way to the main roster.
Definitely. Mr. Killer, your thoughts?
Ah, man, I could see him when he was out there killing that promo, when he spoke about giving up the NXT title. I kind of heard his voice crack a little bit, like he was about to get shed a tear right there, because he worked so hard for that moment. So I'm pretty sure that he's gonna do everything in his power to get better and come back, and he will be back. And who knows? He could pop back up on NXT, or he could just go right to the main roster.
That's very true. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen, from the Reputation Killer himself. And now who's going to be crowned, the vacated NXT Championship? William Regal announces a fatal four-way. The Mount Rushmores of NXT facing off in a 60-minute Iron Man match. And that's Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, Adam Cole, and Finn Balor, all competing in a 60-man Iron Man match, fatal four-way. So I want to hear some picks. So I'm going to go with you, Mr. Killer. Who should be the next NXT Championship champion out of those four?
Oh man, I want to go with Balor. I want to see him get the title one more time, and then wrap it up and go back to the main roster. So yeah, I'm ready to see Balor do it one more time. Why not?
All right. Mr. Steamboat, your pick.
I'm also going to go for Balor, and I'm thinking whoever Balor drops it to is going to get over like big time right away, just because of that he'd be a good transitional champion, especially so much like his name, all the value he has around his name recognition and everything like that. Like, I pinned Finn Balor to get this title, and then he can use that in the promos. So,
I can see him feuding with Ciampa over the title.
There you go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
That'd be solid.
Mr. Hero, who is your pick?
Great minds think alike. I also pick Finn Balor. I feel that for the first Universal Champion, I think it's important to go back to the main roster. Who better right now than Finn Balor to get that title? Adam Cole had it for quite a long time. So other than that, Finn Balor is my top choice. So yeah, like Matt said, whoever beats Balor for the title gets that rub of, I beat Balor for the NXT Championship, and gives that person cred. So that's my pick.
Balor, okay. Well, remind you that Tommaso Ciampa had to relinquish the belt because of his neck injury, so he never technically lost the belt to nobody. I mean, no.
True.
That was when they switched to, it had to be Adam Cole and Gargano feuding for that belt. So I wouldn't mind either Ciampa win it, but I have to go ahead and make a pick. I'm with you all as well. Finn Balor should be the one carrying the torch for NXT, and I like what all of you guys' comments said. I'm with you guys 100% with that. And yes, the next person that will beat Finn Balor will be the one who's going to be over. Because then that gives
Ciampa feud's cool too.
I wish they would have threw somebody in there that hadn't held the title before, though.
Yeah, but the question is who? I mean, if Pete Dunne was around, I would have thrown Pete Dunne. Honestly,
yeah,
I would have thrown Pete Dunne in there. I would have. Or even if Riddle was in NXT, I would have put Riddle in there. Yeah. She should have won the belt. He shouldn't have gone to the main roster without winning a championship belt. He never won nothing. He only won the tag team belts. That's it. He never won.
They could shock anybody. I mean, like, what if they put Roderick Strong in there and like he won it, and then Adam Cole starts to get a little bit jealous because Roddy Strong's the champ now, and he's the man. He starts acting like the leader of the Undisputed Era, and then bam.
Or even Velveteen. Why not? We haven't seen Velveteen win anything.
There's a lot of controversy surrounding him right now.
Unfortunately, yes, there's a lot of controversy surrounding about him. But I would, if none of that would exist, I would have thrown in Velveteen. I think it was about his time for him to win a belt. He's only won the North American. He's never been a tag team champion. Why not? I rather would have him, or there's so many potentials that could have gone for that belt. But I think this is the right for them to feud for it, and Finn Balor should win it. So we all agree upon that. So we'll find out next week. We'll find out. We'll find out next week. And moving on with NXT now, let's go ahead and move on with AEW Dynamite tonight that happened. Tonight. We record Thursday, we put it on Friday. So obviously the highlight of the nights for that is we had the number one contendership for the tag team championships, which was a gauntlet. We see Adam Hangman Page turning his back on the Young Bucks, causing them to lose to Best Friends, to be eliminated out of the gauntlet. Obviously, we found out FTR won the gauntlet, so now they'll be facing Hangman Page and Kenny Omega at All Out for the tag team championships. So the future, you guys predicted in the archives, you said is going to be them winning the belts and the Bucks going to be put over against FTR. But that's not going to answer the question. And the question is, now Hangman's out of the Elite, so where does this go with this storyline, Mr. Hero? What do you see this? What's going on?
I'm not really sure, and that's what I like. Is he gonna go full on heel? What does this mean for his character? I did so many questions. Who's he gonna align himself with? FTR? Is he gonna help FTR? Against the Young Bucks or something down the line. And it's interesting because he's one half of the tag team champions. So he has, he's all involved in this. But yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see what happens. And I'm new to getting to know the Elite. So I don't really know how close he was to the group to begin with. But he always kind of seemed the outsider a little bit. So I'm kind of glad he's out of it, so he can go off on his own and do his thing. I think he could be a main event player. We'll see. Sky's the limit.
That's right, Mr. Killer. Your thoughts?
I want to see him teaming up with FTR, like I said, with MJF too. Let's get that going on right there. That's a faction right there.
That'll be a great faction. You're right about that. Mr. Steamboat, your thoughts?
It's like the Rogue or teaming up with FTR, because I think I said this. Check the archives for it. North Carolina and Virginia are right next door. So FTR, North Carolina, Virginia, Hangman Page. Those are Southern boys.
They got to do it right there. At least make those three a stable. You know.
Exactly.
And you're gonna have Tony Blatchard, running it.
Exactly.
Damn right.
Mm-hmm. That's
It's
not bad.
logical.
That's not a bad Four Horsemen, almost in a way, but almost not there yet, but almost. But moving on with that.
They
Moving
can
on
come
with
up with a hell of a name for it. Damn it.
Oh, yeah.
Beer
the
drinking
Southern
Southern
Trinity.
boys.
The
Yeah.
Southern Trinity.
There you go. Tony Khan, call this man.
Call his man right
Call
here.
his man. That's right.
We got a North Carolina man qualified to give that the name.
Exactly. That's definitely right. And then obviously we saw, Brody Lee, celebration, chilies, and all that crap. And I guess what happened in that segment, I guess there was a little brawl, I guess, because the part of the Nightmare family came out, and there was a brawl between Dark Order and Brody Lee and Dustin Runnels. And then obviously we see Scorpio Sky making the save. So looks like we have a new challenger. It's going to be probably Scorpio Sky challenging for that belt against Brody Lee. So there you go.
Matt Cardona came out too.
And, Cardona, that's right. So, I mean, Mr. Steamboat, your thought about your cousin, Matt
my
Cardona.
cousin, the other Matt, the Long Island that I've never been to. Send me some of that pizza, Matt Cardona. I gotta say, send me some of those and those lawnmowers.
Oh my God!
I don't know the reference.
I don't know either. You know what?
I was dying the second, one of the greatest vehicles ever. We got 10 lawnmowers. I'm like, geez. My God. Next week it's gonna be like 20 lawnmowers or something. It's like Dark Order, the Lawnmower Order, like Lawnmower Man. Pierce Brosnan's gonna ride out on the lawnmower. Like, geez, what's going on, guys?
You tell me. I mean, I don't know, Mr. Killer. What are your thoughts about this segment?
Man, I don't really care for it at all. I'm just ready to see. I'm ready to see Scorpio Sky and Brody Lee mix it up for the title. I know. Did you? I've noticed they've got the TNT title fixed up with the gold a little bit there.
Yeah,
looks a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Looks a bit better. Yeah,
looking pretty.
Definitely. I don't know. You, Mr. Hero, you caught that little segment? I don't know. I'm not sure if you caught it.
Yeah, I watched it.
What do you think?
And it's cool. I'm all for it. Dark Order is winning me over, I must say. I like that Brody Lee, when the scuffle started with all the people that showed up, and let me just say that I like that there's no shortage of challengers for the TNT title. It gives it more prestige and it makes it seem more of a prize. But yeah, what I did like was that Brody Lee didn't touch anybody. He had all the minions go and attack. He just walked out of the ring, got the main crew. Let's go, like a boss would. If you have your minions, send them. So yeah, it's good. The details is what I like there. Yeah, I like these. I like whenever there's a heel celebration that after they beat the face, and I don't know how long Cody is going to be out of action, but I'm pretty sure that when he does come back, he's gonna challenge for that again, and it's gonna make for another interesting storyline.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, and obviously we saw, I believe it was the main event, which was Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara in a tables match. Brutal match. I saw that. I mean, didn't catch the full match, but caught the highlights. But obviously, Sammy with the upset for this one. So I'll go back to you, Mr. Hero. Your thoughts about the match, and where do you see this? Feud? Is it gonna? This is the ending of it, or this is just the beginning of this feud between them two?
Let me just say, unfortunately, I did not get to see it, and this is one of my storylines that I like, that I'm keeping up with in AEW. I did, however, see a post that Sammy did on Instagram that he had like a giant gash or like an opening in the side of his head. So that kind of just shows how brutal of a match this was. And so from what I'm hearing, he won the match, yes?
Yeah, he won the match, I believe so. With a superplex, I think.
I feel it's what needs to happen. You know, you're putting over the future. He's getting. What I like is that he's part of the inner circle, but he's getting his own feud, much like Orton and Evolution. Randy Orton had his own feud with Mick Foley. This kind of mirrors that in a way. So yeah, good job, AEW.
Right. Mr. Killer, you caught that match?
Man. I didn't catch the match either, man. I caught it the week before where Sammy got I believe he put Matt Hardy through a table. Matt Hardy was busted open or something like that. But seems like the feud's been going on for a while with Hardy and Omega was chasing Sammy with the golf cart and everything. It's been leading up to all of this. I don't know. I think it's going to go on a little bit longer. I really do. I think it's going to go on a little bit longer, and then maybe one final big matchup before it's over with.
I believe so too. Mr. Steamboat, you caught the match. How was it?
The main thing is I like Matt Hardy putting over new talent, you know, because he's been in the industry so long, so it's really, you know, building Sammy up to be a main eventer in the future. So, you know, that it's cementing, and I agree with the reputation killer. I gotta say that that one last big match still has to happen, you know. So
definitely, I agree with that 100%. Definitely. So we'll stay tuned for next week's Dynamite. But the last topic of the night, which is not much of a concern to be honest, but I think I just wanted to mention is obviously we have Payback coming up this Sunday, which is a rush pay-per-view like right away after SummerSlam. Wondering why. Still, I have a big question mark. Why? Like, Bruce, why are you doing this now?
Competing with New Japan, maybe?
Vinny Mac, why are you doing this?
I think they're competing.
It makes no sense
Japan.
for them to compete with New Japan at all. They have no way for them to even get competition with New Japan. Doesn't make any sense.
Way different audiences.
Too soon for a pay-per-view too, man.
Yes.
I don't know why they're doing this.
There's not really excitement right away. You're bringing in 4 matches on the card, which obviously we got the big dog, which you don't want to see on our television. Him, the triple threat match with Bray and Braun Strowman for the Universal title. Keith Lee pay-per-view debut against Randy Orton. We don't know how that's gonna happen. So Apollo Crews, Bobby Lashley, and then the NXT, the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Sasha and Bayley versus Shannon Baszler and Nia Jax. Gentlemen, so I'm going to you, Mr. Hero. Why are they rushing this pay-per-view? Is this a good move, bad move? What are your thoughts about this being a right-away pay-per-view?
I'll answer your question with a question. Mm-hmm. What's the pay-per-view after this, and how long is that going to take?
That is a good question.
Do you know? Because I mean, I
That's
want.
A good question.
That is a good question.
I'll have a pay-per-view tomorrow in my bathroom. That's what's going to happen.
I want to know what the reasoning behind this is, as a wrestling fan, and I've never seen this ever happen before. I think a pay-per-view weekend to weekend, it devalues the idea of a pay-per-view or a special event,
Right.
It's that's why when I ask like, oh, when's the next pay-per-view, is it that soon also that they had to jam this one in there? Do they need to have a Payback pay-per-view? It's not like it's Survivor Series.
Exactly.
Payback could come back next year,
mm-hmm.
or be moved to another year.
Yep.
I think that if they needed to do a pay-per-view this weekend, it could have been Evolution 2. It could have been an all-women's pay-per-view and kind of closing the some of the women's storylines, and we had some that could have been that were on SummerSlam that could have been on this one. Just kind of throwing that idea out there, but it's not good business.
No.
It really isn't, and it kind of goes to show that some people higher ups in WWE are kind of losing their marbles a little bit business wise.
Vinnie Mac, retire. Go away.
Retire.
Let Triple H take over.
Exactly.
Please.
We got to get trips to take over. No pun intended. But yeah, it's not good business. It's not a good idea. Let's see how it goes.
Mr. Killer.
It's a terrible idea, always terrible idea to have pay-per-views this close because it ruins the anticipation. You know, you want that build-up for that matchup you want to see. You want that build-up and you want that wait. And then when it finally happens, it feels special. If we just have pay-per-view and then a couple weeks later we have another one, it's not meaning nothing. It's less special. So I'm going to have to agree with Mike on that as well as, you know, because – when's the next one after that? We're going to be another 2 weeks? I mean, come on now, or 3 weeks?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. I'm with you. Mr. Steamboat, your thoughts about it?
So I'll say this, guys. It's not bad, and it's not good either. It's a WWE idea. and I'll say the next pay-per-view right after that is going to be the following day, and it's going to be at the McDonald's near my house in the parking lot.
Parking lot street brawl or whatever.
Parking lot brawl. There you go.
and then whoever tunes in gets a 50% off coupon to a McChicken or a McDouble or something like that with Vince McMahon's face. If you say it's good shit over the phone,
good shit.
Yeah, or something like that. There you go. That's my whole opinion on it.
Oh my God! I'm with you all 100%. It is a WWE thing that will do something like this. It's rushed. In regards for the Women's Evolution, it should have been, but not this quick. It should have been built up. What I would have done, and I hope you're listening, Papa Vinny. What I would have done is take Evolution 2 and that should have been Queen of the Ring, a tournament to crown the Queen of the Ring champ. Even though Charlotte is a queen, but fine, have her win it. Fuck it, I don't care. Just so she could be the Queen of the Ring. But I'd rather have someone else win it, obviously. And this should have been all women's pay-per-views. But in 2 more weeks or 3 weeks to build it up, you know, have all brands mixed together. And it should have been that way, honestly, in my opinion. It's ridiculous.
I will add that I find it interesting that AEW did 2 weeks of Fyter Fest.
Yes.
And what was they did Fight for the Fallen.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, 3 weeks in a row, you know, pay-per-views, right? So to speak.
Yes.
And then followed by an awesome, I remember I really enjoyed the Dynamite after that. So 4 weeks of solid TV, free TV. I think WWE should have taken a look at that and kind of modeled or better booked with this with that sort of thing in mind. I think that whatever is going on was a very last minute thing.
Yeah, I'm with you 100% on that. It was a last minute thing. Just because Roman came back, oh my God, Roman's here. What should I do? And also that was Vince for sure. You know, Vince is happy once he you're coming back? What? Oh my God! You know, his dick got hard, so you know how he was like on it right away. That's his baby girl right there. You know, but you know, unfortunately, yes, I know, I'm with you too. I boycott having him on TV, but make him a heel. Fuck it, make him a heel. How we said it here, man. We should be. This is how we book, ladies and gentlemen. We're with you guys, the fans. We're not Dave Meltzer. We're not Brian Alvarez. We're none of those pieces of shit. We're fans just like you, you know, and we agree with you guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the episode number 17. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel below. And, you know, also follow our social media platforms as well. You'll see it in the description below. And also don't forget, shout out to my, you know, homegirl from the UK, Kathy. Don't forget, she's any blogs, everything about women's wrestling will be also in the description. She writes great and wonderful blogs, and she's updated right up to the point that she will give you updates of every female individual pro wrestlers, and she's very knowledgeable. So you know, follow her on Twitter. I will be on the description below and her website to read her blogs. And stay tuned for this Sunday. We're gonna have our top 5 of the week, which is our top 5 dream matches of the current rosters of all promotions. It doesn't have to be WWE. It also be AEW, New Japan, ROH, MLW, all the promotions. The current roster, okay? I'm not going by the past one. I'm tired of that shit. So then we gotta go with current shit. And then stay tuned for the following top 5, which we're gonna do our top 5 dream factions that we want to create. Our how we would
Absolutely.
book, how we're gonna book our dream factions. Could be a male, female, could be 3 up to 4 people, 5 people, you know, not 10 people, that's too much. We're not trying to be Dark Order, right? At least up to
Not trying to
5.
be the NWO.
Exactly. No, we're not trying to be NWO up in this shit. No, you know, something at least. But that'll be interesting to see. I want to hear everybody's creativity with the current rosters of how would you book, you know, these, you know, factions. You know, so I would like to see that. So stay tuned for that, and also stay tuned for next week when we'll go give you our thoughts about Payback, our thoughts about, you know, Raw and then New Japan Struggle, and more wrestling news coming to you guys. So once again, we appreciate you for joining us, and also don't forget to watch Sundays, our top 5 every Sunday. We're here every Friday. Every Friday we're here, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't
Once
miss
again,
us, ladies and
Don't
gentlemen.
miss us. That's right. If you have any comments to say, comment below. Let us know what you think. Give us an idea of what you want to go ahead and talk about top 5. We would like to hear it. We would like to, you know, hear your top 5, what you want us to talk about. We'll do it. We'll do it. I don't mind doing it.
Start a debate with us.
Exactly. Start a debate with us as well.
What's up?
Why? There you go. You got the 6-inch pythons over there ready to go wild on you, ladies and gentlemen. That's right.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is the host of Devious One IBC, and also with the 6-inch python, the great American hero of all heroes, Mike Lopez.
12. It's
12
12
now.
if I use both.
And also we got the killer of all killers, the Reputation Killer, Josh Bret Horton. He will kill your Twitter, your Facebook, your fucking Instagram, anything you have, even Twitch, anything.
The social media killer. Hey.
Social media killer. There you go. I like that. I like that. Good. That's good shit. That's good shit right there. And also we have the Cardonas, the Steamboats, the Karen Beaters,
The Hardy
the Hardys. I don't know. The Kellermans.
performing surgery right there.
Performing surgery. I don't know what you're doing right there. TVMA right there. Which is
Damn.
Mr. Matthew Steamboat. We're telling you buenas noches, good night, and we'll see you on Sunday, and we'll see you next week. Salud, ladies and gentlemen. See you next time.